Hey guys, what is up? And welcome to part 2 of Makeup 101, back to the basics. And also welcome to my channel. I'm HollyLynora, for those of you who didn't know. This video I am going to be talking about the basics of filling in your eyebrows, doing eyeshadow, mascara, a little bit of liner, and also your lips. And we may even throw on a false lash or two. Please subscribe, ring the bell, and hit that thumbs up button. Part 1 of Makeup 101 was a little lengthy, but there was a lot of information that I wanted to get out there. That was all about your base, foundation, primer, contour, blush. I was just touching the basis of those categories. And as you can see, my face is complete base-wise. I did use the cream contour like I spoke about in the other video. I do have a little bit of highlighter on, and now we are going to finish it off, and we are going to start with the eyebrows. And please keep in mind, these are just basic things that I am putting out there, that I am teaching you. I don't have a special look in mind. These are just the basics, and hopefully you'll learn from them. So you want to start filling in your eyebrows. You want to make them more sharp, more precise looking. You go to Ulta or Sephora, and there is a crap ton of product in front of you. What the heck do you choose? All you wanted to do was fill in your eyebrows. They have gel liner, they have pencils, they have spoolies, they have brow gel. I mean, there's just a plethora. There's brow powder, all kinds of stuff that you can purchase. But I'm just going to use 3 items today. And this is what I do on my everyday. I'm getting ready for work. I'm just going out to run some errands. This is what I use. So these are my brows without anything on. You can see they're a little, I wouldn't say thin, but they could definitely use some filling in. They're not thick and full on their own. And so to start, what I do is I use the spoolie and pull all the hair, push all the hairs upwards. And when you do this, you can really see what needs to be filled in. Huh? Pretty funny looking, huh? Okay, so they are spiked up, looking crazy. We're ready to move to the next step. This is quick and easy. You're just gonna take a brow pencil. On this is from Benefit Cosmetics, and it has a spoolie on one end and the pencil on the other. Mine is in the shade 3, and I'm going to go on the outer part, maybe to further than the middle. I'm going to start right here and do short flick-like motions to fill in my brows, making it thinner the further along I go. That took less than a minute. And then to finish that, I go in with a different pencil type thing. This is from Urban Decay. It has a pencil on one end, a waterproof pencil on one end, and it has an ink stain on the other end, which is like looks like an eyeliner pen. Works kind of the same way. We're gonna use this end to fill in the rest. I feel like this end creates better feather, softer motions and strokes. They look more realistic and hair-like. And last but not least, easiest step, we are going to throw in some brow gel. This is a tinted brow gel. It is from Benefit Cosmetics. I like the tip on the end of this applicator because it helps fluff out the brows. And just like that, you've got fluffier, more full brows. Super quick, super easy, super basic. Anybody can do that, and you don't need the Benefit products. You can totally go to the drugstore and get brow products that work just as good. I am going to fast forward through doing the other brow, and then we'll go on to the next step. And keep in mind, these are just basic beginner practices. And also keep in mind, everything's been closed, so I haven't been able to get my brows touched up. So that's why they look like they do right now. just like that, your brows are on. Next thing, we are going to go into our eyes. This always seems to trip up some people. You know, people see all the palettes with all the bold colors, and it is intimidating. I'll admit it. I mean, what am I gonna do with this hot pink? But we're just gonna go one color at a time. We're not doing bold colors today. We're gonna stick kind of neutral with a little bit of shimmer, maybe a little bit of glitter, and we're only going to use 3 shades. This first palette is from ColourPop. I think ColourPop's palettes are great for beginners. They have beautiful colors and they're not super overwhelming. This is the Nude Mood palette, the neutral colors, and plus you have a few shimmer shades that you can work with so you don't feel like you're just using mattes all the time. This is not a necessity. You do not have to go out and buy this, but eyeshadow primers will save you. If you plan on wearing eyeshadow for a certain amount of hours for a good amount of time, get some eyeshadow primer. You will thank me later. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is a very thick white primer. Well, it's not white, it's a light nude color, and it is thick, and I use this if I am wearing any kind of bold color. Let me show you. That's just a little bit, and look at how thick that is. It takes a lot to blend that out. A little bit goes a long way. This eyeshadow primer I would definitely say is a little bit for people that are a little bit more advanced in makeup, the beginners. The only reason I'm not going to use this is because it is a little more expensive. I wouldn't expect a beginner to go out and buy a MAC Painterly Paint Pot eyeshadow primer if they don't really know exactly how they're going to use it and what it's for, but this works wonders. This is one of my favorites. On the more affordable side is the P. Louise base. This is an eyeshadow primer. I got this off of Morphe's site. They have different shades. My shade is in Rumor 3, and honestly you can just go in with your finger and pat it over your lids. Just like a skin primer does, it helps ensure that your eyeshadow is staying put. You can feel once you put it on how tacky it is. Okay, eyeshadow primer is on. We are going to go in with our crease brush. This is from It Brushes. It is not too fluffy and not too dense. It has give to it. This is also a crease brush. This one's a little more loose, but it is not too fluffy, not too dense, not too small. Your crease shade is what is going to set the mood for your eyeshadow, for your whole look. So it does need to show. If you have hooded eyes, I will tell you how to take care of that because I've got the same issue. Your crease shade typically tends to be a matte color. You can of course use sparkle and shimmer and glitter as your crease color. That's totally up to you. Makeup has no rules. But today we're gonna do a kind of neutral, nudie look, nothing too bright and bold. I plan on doing just a good everyday look. So with the ColourPop palette, I am going to take this shade right here. It is called Mugged Off. And I'm gonna take my crease brush, give it a swirl. See how good that brush picks up? I love these brushes. And we're gonna tap off the excess and go right into the crease. Side to side or windshield wiper motions. And for my people with the hooded eyes, you can feel your crease as you're moving your brush. You want to move that up above your crease a little bit. Pull that shadow up. So that way when you open your eyes, for the people with hooded eyes, we naturally close our eyes and our lid is gone. So that prevents that from happening. Next, I am going to go in with this middle color down here. It is called the Cocoa. And I'm going to take a smudge brush. This is dense, it is small, it has a point at the end. Tap off the excess. And I am going to start at the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to do motions going diagonally downwards. And I'm going to stop it at the middle of my eye and then pull back in that same direction. Once I am at the end of my eye, I'm going to take that shade and go right into my crease, halfway again, doing the opposite of what we just did. Pull it up a little bit. And so now we have made an acute angle on our eyelid. The different colors, it's going to add dimension to your eye. And the darker color on the outer V kind of makes your eye a little bit smoky without trying to. And it's also a little bit sultry. With these shimmer shades, this one, and this one, I have found it best if you just go in with your finger. It applies so much better. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go in with this middle one right here. It is called Put On Airs. There we go. It's a beautiful shade. And I'm just gonna tap that on the center of my lid. I'm going to pick up a little more and go into the inner corner, which is where if you have nails, it gets a little annoying to get all the way in the inner corner. And last step, just to be a little bit fancy, we are going to go back into the shade Mugged Off with the smudge brush. And it is okay that it has that other color on the brush because we are going to smoke out our lower lash line. And make sure your lower lash line that you've just smoked out connects to that corner of the shadow on the outer part of your eye. So I stopped in the center of my eye with the smoking out. You are more than welcome, of course, to go all the way in. I stop at the center because it makes your eyes appear more open. And if you go all the way in, it will make your eyes appear more closed. Next, this is just a fun little tip that I learned and I'd love to pass it along to you, so I'm going to. This is a magic pencil from Morphe. It is a nude shade. I am going to put this on my lower lash line and it is going to make my eyes look wider and brighter. And that is complete. Next, we are going to go in with a little bit of liner. You don't have to do this. You don't have to put on liner. But to show you a simple trick, if you are ever putting on false lashes, you're going to take a pencil liner. This one is from Urban Decay. They have plenty of good ones at the drugstore. You're going to line the inside, right at the root of your eyelashes. This can be tricky. If you have sensitive eyes, you might want to stray away from this little trick. But if you can do it, more power to you. And once we put on the falsies, you will totally see how much it helps cover the band that the false lashes sit on, and it makes your lashes look more realistic, if you can make falsies look realistic. Next, we are going into mascara. This is pretty basic. I mean, I don't really have any tips or tricks for that. It's mascara, it's the same motion. But I did want to show you, I have two from the drugstore that I firmly believe are great mascaras. This hot pink guy right here, I have seen in my mom's drawer in the 90s, and it is still kicking. This stuff is amazing, and I think it's like $5 at the drugstore. This is a dupe for Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is my number one. You go Too Faced, that's a fabulous mascara. This you can find at the drugstore as well. And then my two high ends that I love, it's the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. And of course, the Better Than Sex mascara. Clearly, I have repurchased it. I need to go ahead and open her up. The bristles on this bad boy and the Kush mascara are wonderful. I tend to lean towards mascaras that have actual bristles. Well, I don't see as good of results as I would with like the plastic tips or the ones that just have all kinds of, when they try to make it go in a weird direction. Classic mascara head, the stuff in the tube will do the work for you. When I do apply mascara though, I tend to have the mirror below me and I look down into it so I can see my lashes better, and that helps a lot. Using a wiggling motion can separate them and really pull them out to their fullest potential. mascara is on, the next thing we are going to do is another little tip. If you feel like your crease shade is a bit patchy, maybe not smooth looking, you can always buff it out with a neutral beige or whiter eyeshadow. Some people like to put shimmer in it, highlight their brow bone. We are going to take this fluffy brush from Morphe. It is the M443, and we're gonna go into this white shade right here at the top corner. It is called Bluffin'. We're just gonna take a little bit on the brush, tap off the excess, and buff out any harsh lines that we may see. And the real key to eyeshadow and mastering it is to blend like nobody's business. Blend, blend, and blend some more. And there we go. This eyeshadow look didn't take much effort at all. Now I'm going to put on some Falsies. My lips are chapped. Hold on. Had to get a little chapstick. So for Falsies, this seems to be a really intimidating one too. We are going to use these lashes from House of Lashes. They are the Wing It Minis. I like the minis because I do prefer a more natural looking lash. Not saying that they look natural completely, but I am saying you can get some lashes that are to the top of your forehead, and those are fun, but my personal preference is the more natural, or as natural as I can get them, lash. To apply your lashes, you need lash glue and you need a lash applicator. It looks like this. This one is from Sephora, the Sephora collection. I know some people use tweezers, but as beginners, I would definitely stick with the applicator. Okay, so I've got the lashes in the applicator. The way that this dips is the way it should face you, like it would fit into your eye. This part should be facing you. So we're going to take just a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot of glue at all. And line the band with it. Now, here's where people mess up. You need to let this lash glue dry, probably for about 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even longer. But this glue needs to be tacky so that it can stick right above your real lashes. If you don't let it get tacky, it's just gonna slide around and then you've just ruined your beautiful eyeshadow. So we're going to use this fan and let this dry. You also don't have to have a little handheld fan. You can let them sit or you can blow on them for a little while. I'm just being extra. So now the lash glue is tacky. You want to aim the center of the band to the center of your eye. You want to start by placing the center on the center. This is another time where you want to look down so you can see better. Place it on top of your lashes, kind of let them sit. Press it in. Now they are sitting on my lashes, my real lashes, and now you can move the sides where you want them. And press them in. And you want to take the lash applicator and press the false lashes into the real lashes. And that kind of acts as a glue since you just put mascara on your actual lashes. And there you have it. Some people like to go back over their lashes with mascara to add a little extra glue. That's another little helpful tip. You feel free to do that. I am going to do this eye real quick because I am looking a little bit crazy, and then we will move to the lips. Okay, so our eyes are on. We have really big, bright looking eyes. The shadow is a neutral. I would say it's an everyday look. You can throw that on. That was 3 shades, super easy. You don't always have to smoke out your lower lash line, or you certainly don't always have to put on falsies. I was just doing that to show you the easiest way that I knew to do it. I wouldn't have normally put these on if I was just doing this look right here. And you can see with my hooded eye problems, with lashes, everything gets covered up. So that is why I tried to go with the lighter lashes. This is a mini lash, but clearly you can see for yourself, this is what happens. All right, so on to the lips. First things first, if you're putting on lipstick or lip liner, it is always so much easier for you if you go ahead and add on a thin little layer of chapstick. It makes the lip liner go on much smoother. It's less bumpy, if you will. And same with your lip gloss. It slides on so much easier. If you want your lipstick or gloss or whatever, if you're adding color to your lip, you can always dab on with a beauty blender just a little bit of concealer. Just like you can use your concealer to prime your eyelids, you can also use it to prime your lips. It will help your lipstick or lip gloss, whatever it may be, stay so much longer. Lip liner, this is from Morphe. It is called Backseat Love. Lip liner explains it in the name itself. You are lining your lip. I like to explain it like when a child gets a coloring books and they're going to stay in the lines. This is the line that you are drawing for yourself to stay in. Some people use lip liner to overline their lips a little bit to make their lips appear bigger than they actually are. That's a great trick if you have smaller lips that you want to look plump. I don't mind my lips, so I'm just going to line them how I would normally. I place these little lines on my lips so that when I rub my lips together to blend everything in, this color comes off and will show up a little bit in my final lip product. I've got 2 lipsticks here. I pulled out 2 because they have different tips, and I wanted to show you this one from Chanel. If you aren't very confident in putting on lipstick at this point, I would stay away from tips like this and lean towards tips like this, because you want to start with the point at the center of your lip, and that will help you draw with your lip liner. If you put lip liner on, it's not even a must in my book. It does help. And when you start growing in your makeup game and you want to start doing an ombre lip or something a little more advanced, you'll love lip liner. But right now, we're just using it to line our lips, and then we're going to go in with this color. Start with the center at the Cupid's bow and pull out. Make sure you get the corners of your mouth. And this is a lip gloss here. This is Kat Von D. I love this color. Just to add a little extra oomph to this beginner class, I'm going to throw a couple of dots of this on the center of my lips. Her lip gloss is really, really good. I also love CoverGirl's lipstick. And as you can see, it just added a little extra touch, nothing special. These are my lips up close. They look juicy, they look plump, without the needle, without the surgery, with just a little liner, lipstick, and some gloss, and you are good to go. And those are a few basic tricks for Makeup 101, just to kind of get you started, get the ball rolling. This is a very basic look. I didn't do anything crazy, advanced, special, except for the lashes. The lashes are pretty advanced. It will take practicing, of course, to master that, just like it will with the eyeshadow. Although if you spend a lot of time blending, you should have no problem with your eyeshadow. The lips are super easy and simple. Brows, 3 steps, you're done. You have filled brows. All these things are pretty basic, but they, a lot of people don't know. So here it is. I hope you learned a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, just like from the first video, please feel free to comment down below, and I will try my best to get to every single one of y'all. and answer them for you. These are just tips and tricks that I've learned, that I know. If you know of other tips and tricks, I would love to hear them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, hit that thumbs up button if you learned a little something. I will see you on the next video. Bye.